Hey sixth graders, I'm just going to take a minute to walk you through the MCA reading practice test. This is really just to give you an idea of what the test looks like, what the questions are like, and then also some of the technology enhanced features that you're going to encounter because the test is on the computer. Now when you log into the computer, you're going to go to your middle school programs, and then you're going to click on an icon that says Minnesota Secure Browser, and it will bring you to the same place that I am going right now. You'll just use the shortcut in the middle school programs. Then you'll get to this screen, and you're going to want to click Family Student. And then we're going to go to the middle button, Item Samplers. Up here, you'll see a bulleted list. Again, we want online item samplers. We do have to click it again, online item samplers. And then this is a sign-in screen. When you take the official MCAs at the end of April, you will actually have to sign in. We will have information for you to do this. But for now, with the practice, you're just going to act as a guest. So you don't need to worry about signing in. So you can leave these fields blank and simply click sign in. Again, your name is guest. We're not worried about any record keeping name at this point. You will have to select a grade, 6, and click yes. Then you get a screen that has you choose which samplers you want. Obviously, this is for English, so we're going to take the grade 6 reading MCA item sampler. This next screen, you don't need to change anything in order to take the samplers, so simply click select. It just wants to verify, is this the test you want to take? You're going to say yes to begin. Now this screen is a help guide. So it's going to give you all of the buttons and keyboard clicks that you can use while you're taking the test. One of the most important is going to be these green arrows to move to the next page or go back a page. Pretty much the rest here, you're going to want to know when you choose your answer, A, B, C, or D, and to end the test. Everything else is kind of extra. The biggest ones are choosing an answer, moving on to the next page. So now it's loading the actual test and test questions. The first story you're going to read, the title is here. You don't see anything yet because you need to click way down here in the bottom right, the next button. This is what you're going to see when you take the test. On the left is the story or selection, could be a poem, could be nonfiction, that you need to read, and you are going to need to scroll as you read and progress through the selection. So you're not going to see all of it on this screen. You're going to need to scroll as you read. Now maybe this is a little too small for you. You can click this button that has a plus and an arrow. If you click it, your reading area is going to become much larger. And then you have to scroll less. You're still going to have to scroll, but you have to scroll less. If you're finished, you can then click the arrow with the minus to go back. So again, on the left is your selection. On the right is each question. Each question is numbered. And again, you'll need to scroll to see the questions. You will need to answer every question on this page in order to click next. You will not be able to click next until you have answered every question. Sometimes kids go to click next and it says they're not finished, and they're like, I swear I finished, I answered every question, when really you were missing something. So you need to be very careful and make sure that you read each question carefully and that you have completed everything needed to answer that question. For example, question number 1, read paragraph 1. So you're going to refer back. Here's paragraph 1. It has a number by it. So you're going to read it. Identify the underlined groups of words that give readers the best understanding of the setting. So this question is about setting. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 underlined sentences. The directions say click on 3 that apply. So you have to choose 3 of these that you think describe the setting. So you might say, yep, trade fair, that describes the setting. Reindeer skins, I don't know. Dogs run along the shore, must be by an ocean. Happy to be free, no. Gliding along in our skin boat, there's a boat. Run for the sheer, I think these are my 3. So you must click 3 to be considered finished with question 1. Then you'll scroll down, question 2. Rearrange the phrases to indicate the order in which the narrator's feelings change from the beginning to the end. So you can revisit the text. You can go back, reread as many times as you need, and then you are going to click and drag each of these events where you think it needs to go. So let's say your first choice is this order, and you're like, no, I want to rearrange. You can rearrange. So you're clicking and dragging for your answer for number 2. So I'll put mine back the way I want, and then you would just simply keep going. Now question 3 says read these sentences from paragraph 13. If you scroll way down over here, paragraph 13. Now it says lemming. Maybe you don't know what a lemming is. Well, it has a little number 1 next to it. So you can scroll down to the footnote, and it says number 1. Lemming, a small animal similar to a mouse that lives in far northern areas. So then it says, which word best describes how the narrator feels in this excerpt? Big like a lemming. Aluk laughed. Tupac laughed too, which made my cheeks grow warm. Now he just compared her to being big like a lemming, but we just read down here that a lemming is small. So it sounds like they're kind of making fun of her. So how do you think she feels? I would be embarrassed. So you would choose option A. You will then just keep going through question 9, and then you'll click next. You'll get a new selection, new questions, keep walking through. The other thing you can do is you are able to flag a question. Say you're like, oh, I'm just not sure of the answer yet, so I'm going to flag it. And the testing remembers that question for you, so you can go back to it. You can also zoom in and make this bigger. Now, some of you like, ooh, how big can I make it? Just get over that. You need to make it an appropriate size and just get going. And then when you're over here in your reading, you can highlight. So if you wanted to remember something, you can click, drag, and then right-click, highlight. So if you want to remind yourself to come back to this, or you think it's important, click, drag, right click, highlight. So you can highlight just like you did when it was paper and pencil. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the MCA practice. Go ahead and get started and work through all of the questions. I believe we're just going to go, I don't know if we'll finish the whole test, just long enough for you to get a feel for the questions, the selections, and then some of these technology enhanced click and drag, highlight features. Good luck.